now today it's another of my over-the-counter tobacco reviews. That is, over-the-counter tobaccos that are easily obtainable in most supermarkets over here in the UK. And today it is the mighty, the one, the only, the mighty Condor. And not only am I going to smoke the mighty Condor, which is manly enough for mostly anyone rather, I'm also going to smoke it in a manly pipe. I'm going to use my General MacArthur cob, so I'm going to stuff this full of Condor and give it a puff and let you know what I think of Condor, or rather the modern day equivalent of Condor, because Condor now used to be produced by Gallagher Limited in Ireland, but these days it's produced in Poland since Gallagher was bought out by the Japan Tobacco International, and some people do say that Condor has changed. I can't comment on that, but I am overly familiar with Condor, and I've been smoking it on and off for a great many years. True, I haven't had it for a long time, but I have been smoking it for a great many years, and back in the day, Condor was always my pipe tobacco of choice. Now, Condor is a tobacco that you either love or hate. Some people will complain of a soapy aftertaste, but I've never really got a soapy aftertaste, so there is something of a perfumey aftertaste. That's due to the topping, which is very much in the Lakeland tobacco style. Think of Ennerdale Flake by Garwathogath. And that topping is kept a secret, but I believe it's essence of rose oil. That's just my opinion from smoking many bowls of Condor over the years. Now, I haven't actually got a pouch of Condor with me at the moment. I'm in my office. I'm just about to nip out to the local supermarket, and I hope I can pick up a pouch of the modern day equivalent of Condor. Otherwise, this introduction will be a waste of time. But I did just smoke a bowl of Condor Flake tobacco, which I've had jarred up in my cellar for about 10 years. So, and it tasted like the old familiar Condor, which I've always adored. Now, let's talk a little bit about Condor tobacco. It is an iconic tobacco, and at one time it was the biggest selling pipe tobacco in the world. It's during the 70s and 80s. It was massive. It was everywhere. This was thanks to a television campaign of television adverts Condor regularly used to show in the 60s, the 1970s and the 1980s on British television screens. And these adverts were usually very tongue-in-cheek and done with a great sense of humour. There was the one with the submarine, for instance.
Nothing should disturb that Condor moment.
Then there was the one where the Condor man who wanting his Condor moment, because that was the catchphrase of all these adverts. Nothing should disturb that Condor moment. And so the Condor man who didn't want his Condor to be his Condor moment to be disturbed by the campanologists ringing the bells in the local church, he stole all the bells. There was that one. There was also the one with the school teacher, where his pupils gaze at him adoringly because he's smoking the Condor. And of course...
say these English words after me. Pipe. Tobacco. Tobacco.
It's that Condor moment. The discovery of that singularly mellow, positive flavour that makes Condor a tobacco worth getting to know.
Condor.
Condor. Tobacco worth getting to know.
Get to know Condor already.
And of course there was the one where these days the guy would get locked up for sexual assault, where he's on a beach and he pulls a woman's brassiere off. But nothing. He doesn't even notice because he's too caught up in that Condor moment. Now...
The Condor moment. There's no other moment like it. It's a revelation.
Now, Condo, of course, was produced by Gallagher Tobacco, and I've got some information here up on the screen. I'm reading this straight from the screen in front of me. Gallagher Group, referred to as Gallagher Tobacco or simply Gallagher's, was a United Kingdom-based international tobacco company which traded on the London Stock Exchange and was a constituent of the FTSE 100 index prior to its acquisition by American Tobacco in 1974. In April 2007, it was acquired by Japan Tobacco, and that was when the Gallagher factory that used to produce the Condo in Ireland was closed down and production was shifted over to Poland. And it's from then on that people say that Condo has changed. Now, Condo, of course, as I've said, is known to pipe smokers as the Mighty Condo. It's a manly smoke. It'll blow your socks off. As far as I'm aware, it's purely made up of Virginia leaves. So it's just made out of nothing but Virginia leaves, blended from the finest hair cured Virginia leaves, and then it's got that secret top dressing, which I maintain is essence of rose oil. So anyway, this retire now. Well, thanks to the wonder of video, by the time I'm talking to you now, and by the time I say, well, let's retire now, in that time in between that, I would have nipped over the supermarket and got myself a pouch of the modern day Condo, so we can... Okay, raiders of the Mighty Condo indeed. First of all, I had to brave crazy traffic with some guy coming up to me with no other reason other than wanting to take a bit of my back bumper as a souvenir. Then I had to brave all the horrendous weather. The rain is hammering down. Then in a supermarket, I was nearly assaulted by an old lady with a Zimmer frame that she couldn't keep in control, and she nearly hit me into the aisle over. But I finally managed to get a bottle of White Mackay to calm my nerves when I get out home. And of course, the Mighty Condo. So we can talk about how it's changed. As I say, I've just had a pouch of Condo long cut, so that's the flaked Condo, which I've had in my cellar for a number of years. So it's the old style Condo prior to manufacturing being shipped over to Poland. But I've still got high hopes for the new Condo. I haven't smoked it for a great many years now because viewers of this channel will know that I did give up pipe smoking for a great number of years while I was trying to give up cigarette smoking. I was afraid to try my pipe because I thought it would lead me back down the slippery slope to cigarettes. Cigarettes is a nasty, nasty habit. So anyway, let's retire to the bothy of broken dreams. Okay, here we are in the bothy of broken dreams. Now, from the pouch, it does look and smell like the old Condo that I know from years gone by. It's got that floral essence, which, as I said, I'm sure is essence of rose. It's also a dark Virginia tobacco, and it was straight from the pouch. It has a bit of moistness, though it's not too moist. In fact, it's probably quite right, actually. So let's spark it up in this kick-ass monster of a pipe, the General MacArthur, which is a cob from Missouri Meerschaum with a hardwood bottom. I don't smoke this too much because it tends to be rather unwieldy, but it is a good smoker. Okay, are we ready to sample the Mighty Condo?
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest, in the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed. Smoking my pipe,
I think that's all familiar Condo taste.
smoking my pipe.
Let's get it going properly.
Like a whisper through the cornfield comes a gentle evening breeze. At the doorway of my cottage I recall old memories. smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe.
Now, right away, I'm aware that so many people say that this condo has changed since production has moved from Ireland to Poland. And so I'm aware of that. And there's something of the power of suggestion in that. It can tend to lead you down the wrong avenue. But to me, this...
Those far-off places beyond the blue, familiar faces that once I knew. I recall those days behind me and the happiness they meant. Every sundown you will find me with a heart that is content.
It's that familiar Condor taste that I'm used to. I'm trying to think if it's a little milder than I remember.
Smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe.
Condor's a full-bodied tobacco and it's quite strong in the nicotine state, so it can give you a good blow. I'm getting that perfumey floral aftertaste that some people call soap. It's not like soap though.
You remember the first time we met? You were the only one in that railway carriage who didn't like me smoking my dear old pipe. Compromise, I opened the window. What a lovely surprise you gave me on our wedding day. A tobacco jar. How I...
It's Virginia's. It's got a slight Lakeland style, a bit of a Lakeland vibe going on there. It's got that floral topping. It's Condor.
I remember each smile and tear as life's December is drawing near. Times
I'm not picking out any major difference to the Condor that I know and love. And believe me, I have smoked Condor quite a lot in my time. The thing is with Condor, it can ghost pipes. It can leave behind its aftertaste. And if you smoke it in a bowl, then no matter how many different tobaccos you put in that bowl, you will for a long time get that hint of Condor, that ghost of Condor. But it's the spirit I like, so, you know.
ever-moving finger closes one more day, but yet, while such thoughts as mine can linger, I'll have nothing to regret. Smoking my pipe.
Slow burning and staying alight, as you can see in this pipe here. No wonder they call it the Mighty Condor, because it tastes like nothing else. It's got that hint of Lakeland, that Lakelandy kind of essence that anyone familiar with Lakeland blends such as Ennerdale Flake will be familiar with. But it's got a rich, creamy vanilla taste that only Condor can provide. And has it changed from the way it used to be? Undoubtedly, you know, there's different leaves these days, different this, different that, maybe a different crop of tobacco. So things do change, but it still tastes to me like Condor. I'm convinced that if I was given this pipe, this bowl in a blind tasting, and I didn't know what tobacco was in here, I'd pick out Condor straight away. It's taken me down memory lane to the many, many bowls I've had in the past. Doesn't need a relight, and I've been talking and leaving it rest. As you can see, a few puffs brings it vibrantly back to life. This is Condor. And nothing should disturb that Condor moment. So, if you'll excuse me one moment.
Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe.
I must have smoked many, many bowls of this over the years, and once I won purchase on eBay of a 1970s block of Condor. It was sold in the half-ounce pouches, a little square, not even a pouch, a packet, a little square packet, and I bid for it and I got it, and I was dying to try it because this would have been in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. And I wanted to taste this Condor from the 70s, and so it came really dry. I had to moisturize it a bit to bring the humidity, bring the moisture level right, and I smoked it, and it was delicious. But it was Condor. I didn't see it that different from the Condor I was smoking in the late 90s and early 2000s, and I don't find this Condor that much different either. Undoubtedly, there are slight changes, but everything that makes Condor Condor is you. And this cob, being a General MacArthur, a large bowl is going to last me a good hour. So I'm going to be sitting here in the bothy of broken dreams, puffing away for the best part of an hour, and then probably having a nicotine rush. Oh, like free drugs. Out of all of the over-the-counter blends over here available in the UK, so this is the third I've done. I've done Erinmore, I've done Clan, I've done Gold Block, so this is the fourth actually. This is superior to them all, in my opinion, to my taste. Everyone's taste is subjective. I like Clan a lot. I like this. I enjoyed Erinmore. I even enjoyed Gold Block to some extent, but this trumps them all. But that's only my personal taste, and it could be different for anyone else. I mean, obviously, now the production is in Poland, they're still using the same recipe, so they get in the same leaf, they're using the same Virginia leaf, the same air-cured Virginia leaf. There will be variations from year to year because tobacco is a natural plant and some crops are more tasty than others. I mean, basically tobacco is a vegetable. So some years may produce better crops than others, so there will be differences. But the topping that they're using on here, which I still swear is essence of rose, gives that familiar Condor aroma, that Condor taste, and this is good quality tobacco leaf. It's not cheap tobacco. It's good quality leaf and it burns really well, and I think I'm back on the Condor. In fact, I'm going to buy a couple of pouches of this and jar it up.
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest, in the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed, smoking my pipe.
Major thumbs up for me for Condor. I'm not going to bemoan the fact that it's changed and it's not what it used to be, because I believe it is what it used to be. There may be slight variations from time to time. As I say, tobacco is a plant, it's a natural substance. There are going to be variations. But the top-in is the familiar Condor top-in that they've always used. So this tastes, looks, smells like Condor. It is Condor, and nothing should disturb that Condor moment.
Smoking my pipe, like a whisper through the cornfield comes a gentle evening breeze. At the doorway of my cottage I recall old memories, smoking my pipe.
It's no wonder this was, for a while, the best-selling tobacco in the world, and it's probably still the best-selling tobacco in the UK. Maybe it'd be a toss-up between this and St. Bruno. Both are well-known. Largely thanks to television advertising, because St. Bruno had a remarkable set of television adverts as well, featuring a St. Bernard dog, and we'll show some of them when it comes to my review of St. Bruno. But I would say Condor is slightly better known than St. Bruno. From memory, it's a better tobacco, though there's nothing wrong with St. Bruno. I mean, all tobaccos have their thing, don't they? They're all good. You're doing an aromatic or an English blend or an Oriental blend or a Turkish blend. Like people argue over, I've seen some English blends which contain burley, and there's some people who would argue that if it's got burley, it's not a true English blend. English blend is Virginia, Latakias and so forth. That doesn't really matter to me. I think you should smoke what you like. Every tobacco, no doubt, has changed over the years. It's like when I smoked the Clan the other day. There were definite differences from the old Clan, I remember. So this Condor, whilst there may as well be definite differences, they're not as pronounced. I can't tell this as being any different to the original Condor I used to smoke all the time. It's only that I read on so many internet forums and tobacco forums and magazines that Condor has changed since production has been moved out to Poland, and those changes most people seem to think are detrimental to the blend. I'm sorry, but I can't agree with that. I think it's fantastic. I think for now, so if you'll excuse me, I'll finish my pipe of Condor, because nothing should oh my god, I can't talk. That's a nicotine rush. Because nothing should disturb that Condor moment. So I'm going to say cheers, yakira, and I'll see you soon for my next pipe tobacco review.